Hello, everyone. Like she said, we are the Crafty Lumberjacks. My name is Dennis.
I'm Andrew. We are coming to you from Long Island, New York.
Yes, and we're actually following along in the chat. So if you want to leave where you're watching from, we'd love to hear where you're viewing from. We also want to know if you have any kids that are crafting along with us today, just so that we know to take our time or wait or catch up, or if you want to show off your project at the end, we always like to know.
We would love that. And even if you're not a kid and if you're crafting with us too, you can let us know as well, because we love that too.
Yes, today we're going to be creating these adorable, colorful tropical bird party poppers. Really cute, really fun.
These are really great, really easy to use. What I love about this project is that you can use scraps that you already have, or you can use fresh new paper, whatever you want to use, but it's really easy. You can change things up as much as you want. So if you are crafting with us, don't feel like you have to do every single thing that we do. You can do whatever you want. Make it as creative as you want.
Yes, and we'll also be doing a giveaway today at the end of the class. So if you want to stay through for the whole class, and then if you miss anything today, you can always review the video. It will be on the Michael's YouTube channel in about 24 hours, 48 hours. They post them pretty frequently right after.
And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us personally. We will happily answer any questions that we can.
Yes, we got Baltimore in the house, Rochester, New York, Houston, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina. Kids with me today. Love that.
Yes.
I don't have any balloons. That's okay. You don't need the balloons. We're going to be using them. But again, for us, crafting is so much about the journey, not the end product. So just have fun, craft along, use what you got.
You could just omit the balloon step. It won't give you a party popper look, but you could make something really cute on its own. It doesn't, you don't need it's a little washed out with the light.
Yes, we have Milford, Connecticut in the house, 10-year-old crafting. Love that. You're going to come for our jobs. That I don't love. Hello from Canada, Naperville, Illinois, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I used to go there all the time, every summer with my family. Love it.
I love that.
All right, so should we go for it?
Let's go for it. So what we're making today is a confetti popper. And if you're a little confused on what that is, should we just show?
Yeah, sure. Let me get some confetti here.
So what you need is a toilet paper roll, a balloon, and some pretty strong tape. Now, Dennis just filled some confetti inside the toilet paper roll. And as you can see, here is the balloon. And I'm not sure how much the camera is going to pick up, but I'm going to try it. So I'm pulling the balloon and I'm just going to let it go. Let's see.
Oh!
Our cat
scared our cat.
Yeah, he got really scared. But so that is what we're making. How cute. It's a little hard to see because of the sun, but we also have another camera here, which we're going to switch to in just a moment.
We got Southern California, Manhattan in the house. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Okay, so should we get started?
Yes, so should we get started? So we always recommend gathering all your supplies. We have some paper, we have scissors, we have our toilet paper rolls. You can also use craft rolls for this. We have our balloons. We're going to start by creating our cannon.
Yes. And it's really easy to do.
So if you're a kid crafting along, you might want to have an adult help this with you. We want to start by stretching out our balloon and tying off the balloon at the end.
Don't blow it up yet.
Yeah, don't blow it up.
Why would I do this? But don't blow it up yet. Just tie a knot.
And if you have trouble tying a balloon, don't worry. I couldn't tie balloons until I was about 17 years old.
Oh, come on. No.
I had trouble swallowing pills and tying balloons.
Okay, this isn't a therapy lesson, Dennis.
So once you do that, thanks, Mom. I see a helper back there. Perfect. Once you do that, you're going to cut off the top of the balloon.
So the opposite end of what you just tied. And you don't want to cut off too much, right?
No, just a little.
Oh, I would have done less. But that's all right.
No, I like this because I like this to go up. So you're kind of left with like an hourglass balloon shape here.
Oh, it kind of looks like almost like a bow tie.
Oh yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And of course, you can use any color balloon that you have.
Yeah.
You don't have to use a pink one. We just thought that this worked really well with our tropical vibe today. Now you're gonna want to get your tape ready. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the balloon portion around one of the sides of the toilet paper rolls. So you just want to fit it around almost like a hat.
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of looks like a hat.
Making sure that the knot is kind of in the center there. You want the knot in the center of the hole.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm gonna keep going on. We're gonna do another one. I only have a sandwich bag.
I don't think a sandwich bag would work because you really do need to be stretchy. If you have a rubber glove, you could probably do something like that, but I'm not sure if a sandwich bag would work.
But you
could
can
always
make
try
the
it.
sandwich bag into one of the birds as like a little puppet.
Oh yeah, you totally could. Okay, so then you're
Okay,
going
now
to...
we're just wrapping, taking a piece of tape. You can use any tape for this, Scotch tape, masking tape. I'm using a little electrical tape here because that's what I had. You know, you just want to make sure that it is really tightly taped around.
Yes, and I do think if you're going to use something like a typical like Scotch tape, you do want to reinforce it a few times, just because the more you pull it, you know, it's going to have a little
Yes,
wear
it's
and
going to
tear.
pull, yeah. Just going to do another wrap here. And then essentially, this is what's our popper is. This is the inside of our bird here. That will be our popper.
I mean, this is like, if you found some really cute paper, which of course Michael's has tons, you could even just wrap that, and this could be a great party popper for your party, very inexpensive. I think this is so cute. We're just going to embellish it a lot more than just this. But should we make one more just so?
Yes, we're going to make one more.
Okay.
So again, you're going to take your balloon, give it a little stretch. You know, balloon animals are never anything. I actually went to school. I used to do clown schooling. I went to a school for clowns, but we did not do any type of balloon work.
Well, that was probably a plus since you didn't know how to tie balloons.
Yes, it was actually good. They would have kicked me out.
I like receiving a balloon animal. I have tried to make one, but it is a little nerve-wracking, you know, when you twist it.
Yeah.
Oh, you cut a lot when you do it. All right.
Well, you judged my cutting last time, so I wanted to make it better. So again, cutting about half the balloon, popping it on your little toilet paper roll there.
Here, let me help you.
Thank you. I'm just getting my tape ready. Now we're going to be creating a toucan.
Yes, we're going to be creating a toucan. And if we have time, we will do this little bird, which I was calling a, oops, where is it? Oh gosh.
Wrong way.
What was I calling this bird earlier? Like, I forget. I kind of just made it up. I was picturing, what are those like white birds with the black beaks? If you know, let us know.
Like a flamingo? I don't know.
No. But
toucan.
No, that's
okay.
this one.
What is that one from Zoogly Zoo?
No, I don't know. But what I do think a good tip is if you want to create something.
We had a question about a rubber glove. You have to cut the rubber glove. I don't think you would need to cut the rubber glove. Actually, I have some right here.
All right, well, what I was going to say just about inspiration is I think if you want to create these, you can follow along and create one of these specifically. But if you want to create something of your own, what you can do is do a quick search on the internet and, you know, kind of take inspiration from different birds.
So for the glove, I would actually just tie the fingers together.
Oh, okay.
Like, so it's one kind of thing.
I love this. This is very improv.
This is improv theater here.
We weren't expecting this. We randomly have it.
You know, I don't know if it's going to get that super stretch, you know, and then just kind of tie it, you know, put it on like that. And try to make it as tight as possible.
This is really cute. Like, it looks like a tail. Like having these fingers. I'm kind of loving this. This is great. I don't know if it will have the
Sean
same
said look like tail feathers.
Yes, I love this. I think it depends on your rubber glove too, but I think it would work just fine.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, again, you're not going to get that pullback like a balloon.
All right, so.
If you all have questions for us or if we're going too fast, let us know. Before Andrew starts cutting out his bird shapes, I'm just going to do a little Teddy cam here. This is our cat, Teddy Kruger. If you're joining for the first time, this is our cat, Teddy Kruger. He likes to craft along with us.
He loves to craft with us.
You know, anything he fits into, he will sit in.
And he loves birds.
He loves birds.
All right.
You good boy.
Okay, so I'm gonna move the camera right over to me. So the first thing we want to do is cut out a rectangle that is the same size of the toilet paper roll so we can wrap it around. Now, most toilet paper rolls are 4 inches by 6 inches, but if you don't want to measure, I have a mat here that I was going to use, but if you don't want to measure it, what you can do is just take your toilet paper roll, place it on your, let me see so everyone can see this. Here we go. Place your toilet paper roll right here. Let's see, I had a pen. Here we go. And then line it up. Let's see, I'm going to line it up and then mark it. Actually, I'm glad I did because this toilet paper roll is about 4.5. And I would actually rather the paper be a little bigger than the toilet paper roll than a little smaller so you don't see the toilet paper roll at all. So I'm going to do about 4.5 by, you know what, I'm just going to make it safe. I'm going to do by 7 or 6, yeah, by 7. So now I'm just going to cut this out. I'm not going to be too careful. Now today I'm going to be using a lot of kid scissors because when we did the craft, we did have kids in mind. And I always feel like with Fiskars scissors, you can use whichever pair of scissors you have, even the kid ones, they work great.
And actually for today's giveaway, we are going to be giving away a pair of the kids scissors.
Yes, we are. And a confetti kit.
Yes, confetti kit, and they come with a lot of these different, we're going to get to this a little later in the class, but I'll just show it to you. The confetti kit comes with a lot of different punches that you can make your own really cute and adorable confetti.
All right, so now I'm just going to cut my rectangle. And again, you want to pick a color that you like for the base of your bird. It is going to be the color that you see the most. However, you're going to cover it up a lot, so you don't have to focus too much on there. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm crafting and I'm originating something, I get a little fixated on certain colors, what I'm going to use for that. And sometimes it's just easier just to pick a color and go for it. So, okay, I have my blue base here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out 2 ovals. Now, a good tip when you're creating something out of cardstock or out of construction paper, a way to make something look really professional and pop is to cut out similar shapes in different sizes with different colors. So I don't know if you can see here, but there's 2 tones of teal here. So I just cut one a little smaller, one a little bigger, and then I'm going to glue them on top of each other. What I'm using for this, can you move this? Trying to show, are these packs of paper, which are at Michael's. I love these because they pick out colors that go really well together. So you really, which I love, so.
Yes, and I love too. Andrew is better with like matching colors together. I am not.
Well, they kind of make it easy for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut out 2 ovals, and when I do it, I'm checking the size of the rectangle I made because I don't want it to be any bigger. That's just a personal preference though. And I like, a good tip is when you are cutting something out from a big piece of paper to cut down your piece before you actually cut out your shape. I think that just helps a bit. So I'm going to cut a rectangle like this, and then I'm going to go for my oval. Now, when I cut, I always try to keep my scissors. I don't move my scissors as much as I move the paper, especially when I'm doing ovals or round things. I'm opening and closing my scissors, but turning my paper. What that does is it gives me it gives me more control, and it's easier to get nice rounded edges. So I'm turning the paper, not so much the scissors.
Yes, and really take your time with this. There's no rush.
Yeah.
You know, and again, we're turning these into the poppers, but how cute would these look just as cutouts? Like if you're having a summer barbecue or a summer party,
I love that.
put them all around. Why not?
Yeah.
Or even if you're having a kids party, adults can kind of prep these pieces and then have the kids put them together on their own.
That's
but
cute.
all the
Yes.
shapes will be cut. So you're almost making like a craft kit.
Yeah, I think that's always a great advice for a party or a play date or anything like that. Just having everything ready and some sort of inspiration, just so it's easier to jump in on the craft. Also, I don't think I want to spend too much time on prepping because a lot of times kids or just crafters in general, they'll kind of do what they want because they'll be inspired by the materials.
Yes.
We always say that's our favorite thing that ever happens when people get inspired and they make something way different from how we thought of it, but it's just as creative and genius. So I'm making a bigger circle, and what I'm doing is I'm holding my smaller circle on top of the paper, and that way I can judge how big I want it. Now, if I'm going too fast or too slow, let us know in the comments.
I see some crafters crafting along with us. I think you're at a nice pace, but
right,
let us
great.
know.
So I'm going to be gluing this step by step. I'm not going to glue everything to the paper first, to like the rectangle first. I'm going to kind of glue everything in sections and then add everything at the end. What I'm using here is a glue stick, but you could use...
Too fast.
Okay,
good tip about moving the paper. Thanks.
Of course. You could use some classic school glue, and if you are working with an adult or you want to work with a glue gun, I think a glue gun always works, even on paper, and that does kind of take away a bit of the drying time. So here we go. I'm just going to press it down, and I'm really, for these specifically, for this craft, I'm really not trying to make these shapes perfect. If you can see here, there's a little bit of a jagged edge. I kind of like that. That gives me a nice organic look, which I'm really feeling. I really like that look. So I'm not too worried about it being perfect. All right, you know what? I should have checked this rectangle to see if it fits around my toilet paper roll. It does, great. Okay, so we have this oval that's done. And now we're gonna work on the eyes. So the eyes are a similar process. We're going to cut out 3 different sized circles. Actually, this one has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do 3, you could do 4, you could even do 2. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing.
Yes. Ellen said, good tip about moving the paper.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Here's another paper trick. I'm going to, since I want doubles, I want them to be as equal as possible. So I'm going to cut out a small rectangle, and then I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to cut 2, I think I said rectangles. I meant circles.
Right. But you were folding to create 2 squares. Or
there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm folding a piece of paper. It looks like a little book. And now I'm just going to cut out a circle here, which will give me 2 circles. Much easier than trying to cut out 2 circles that are the same. And again, I'm moving the paper, not the scissors. I'm just opening and closing the scissors.
And you know, if you feel like you're not good at freestyle, just cutting things, I like to look for objects that are around my craft table. So like right away, Andrew started the circle. I thought the cap of the glue would be a perfect template to trace and cut if you needed to.
I think that's a great tip. I often trace and cut. I think tracing and cutting is a good idea. I think looking for things, because there's always round things around, you know,
yes,
like I'm looking at this tape.
tape.
You could find different things so easily. All right, now I'm going to do the next one, which is a little smaller. And you know, as I'm doing this, I kind of realized I had done the 2 ovals. I started with the big one, or I started with the small one, then I went to the big one. But here I'm kind of doing the opposite. If it's easier for you, you could start with the smallest and then go up and do that trick where you hold the smallest oval or circle and then cut around it.
Yes, it kind of looks like a SpongeBob character right now.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that. All right, so again, cutting 2 circles, and you could change the shapes. If you want circles and then triangles or whatever, I think that's great. I think you do whatever you want. And again, you don't even have to do birds. You could do definitely another type of
a sloth.
A sloth.
But really kind of having these layered pieces really kind of brings anything to life. It gives it like more dimension, more depth, more character, more color, you know, which is something we love, especially for like a colorful summer craft project.
Yes. All right, so now I'm going to do my next layer. Am I going too fast? How are we all doing?
I think you're okay. Everybody's working really hard, but they're catching up. I see someone gluing, looking really good over there. Very nice.
And if you
want
want
a craft party going on.
If you want to show what you're making while you're creating, just let us know, hold it up, wave, or write a comment in. Here we go.
Yes, all our busy little crafters. I love it.
I love that. All right, and then we have one more layer, which I'm going to.
This.
Yeah, were we doing that? Yeah, let's do that. So you might not have one of these at home, but this is one of the confetti punchers. Now, if you don't, you can just cut out another circle. But what I love about this is that you don't have to just use it for confetti. You can use it for so many different things. We're going to punch out 2, and I'm going to use this biggest circle for my little pupil. Oh. It usually doesn't pop like that. I'm just a little too, my hands are a little crazy.
Eager beaver.
I'm a little excited.
Hey, you can make a little beaver.
All right. Oh my
Cute.
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these to each other. Now, when I was placing them, here's another tip. I like to place them all kind of in the middle. It does give you a cartoony look, or sorry, not in the middle, like towards the edge. Instead of gluing each circle right directly in the middle, which would give you a look like that, just bringing them all to an edge really kind of gives it a cartoon look. Does that make sense? I like that.
He already looks very cute.
He does. All right, so now I'm going to just add a little bit of glue and do all my layers. Oops.
I just want to give a shout out to Fiskars because Andrew's using the kid scissors and they cut so well.
Really
they cut just as well as the OG scissors. And actually we've used both of these scissors for each of these projects and some of our other projects. We have a whole bunch of different crafts on our blog, but they work really well.
They really do.
And they actually also do left-handed scissors. If you're a kid out there with you're a lefty, they actually create scissors for left-handed.
And I think they have some scissors for kids that are for both.
Yes, yeah, they're like versatile. Yep. Looking good, everybody. Oops. Tia said, yes, we do. Scissors for kids starting at 3+ all the way to adults.
I love that.
And you know I love my Fiskars scissors. And they also make like special edition Fiskars scissors with different patterns on the handles, which are so cool. I love them all.
Here we go. So here is how my toucan is looking so far. And when we glue it, you can definitely pick how you want the eyes to go. He's looking a little cross-eyed right now, which I kind of find adorable.
Yeah, so cute.
All right. Now, I'm not sure if everyone is caught up, but I am going to move on to the beak. If anyone really wants me to stop, I will. But if not, that's great. We'll move on. Let's see. Okay, so for the beak, what I'm going to do, and maybe I'm going to draw this just so you can see it before I cut it. I'm going to do almost like I'm trying to think how I should explain this.
Like a hill?
Almost, oh yeah, okay, great. Like a hill. I'm going to just move this here so you can see.
Can we hold it?
Sure. Okay, so I'm just going to take my pen or my pencil, and then I'm going to draw a hill. So I'm going to kind of go and then go down. Of course, why is there no?
Of course, there's no.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
There we go.
I'll never get this.
Like, wait, is this
oh gosh.
a trick pen?
Just like that.
Yeah, just a little hill.
Just a little hill. And then I'm going to cut it out.
And this is going to be the base of the beak. You know, like we said, we're working in layers here today. So this is the main base of the beak.
Mm-hmm. So there is our beak. And what we want to do, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to check it on my crazy looking contraption I have going on. Let's see. So there, I'm going to put his eyes farther apart. I'm going to check it. Oh, I like that. That's a nice size to me. I think a nice big beak. Do you think that's too big?
No, I like that.
Okay, so
I mean, it's big, but
it's big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold a little bit because that's how I'm going to glue it on to this base when I'm done. That's going to help give it a 3D look, just like that. But okay, so now we're going to add some color. So what I'm going to do, we have two colors I'm working with. I'm going to be doing a teal and an orange. So I'm going to work with the teal first. Now, there are plenty of ways we could do this, but I'm going to do it.
Oh, someone's making a penguin.
Oh, that's cute. I'm going to do this. Let me see, where is that? Okay. And I'm going to trace it again. But I'm actually going to do it twice because I want the beak to be colorful on both sides. Yes. So I'm going to do this twice right next to it. We don't need that much, so I'm just going to go and trace that.
And of course, you could have done your fold trick, right?
What does that mean? Oh,
like, you know, how you did this.
Why didn't I just do the fold trick?
I don't know.
You know what? I actually am going to do the fold trick.
Okay.
I'm going to do the fold trick. We're going to scrap that. Sometimes I'm not even thinking of what I'm doing, you know?
Well, I know that about you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of paper or what we're writing.
Redo.
I'm going to hope this works. And then I'm going to fold it to give me two. And then I'm going to trace my beak. I'm going to do it like this. I'm even going to do the bottom just because I want it to be a nice clean cut. All right.
Very nice. Very nice.
And then I'm going to cut it out. What a great tip. Thank you, Dennis.
Of course. I learned from the best.
Okay, and then I'm going to have two green beaks. Now, I don't want this beak to be as long as the yellow because I want the yellow to come through. So I'm going to hold it up, and I want it about midway. So then I'm just going to cut it like here.
Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? Cutting through two pieces of
cardstock
with kid scissors.
Wow.
How about that? The
Okay.
modern world.
You know what? I'm just going to glue. No, I'm going to wait. Okay, so I have my two, and now I need one more. I'm going to be using this nice, like, peachy orange, which I haven't used yet. So it's going to give me a nice pop of color. So again, I'm going to take I'm going to cut out a smaller rectangle so it's easier to work with. I'm going to fold it in half to do the two layered trick. I'm going to trace it on. I don't need too much of the beak because this is just going to be the tip.
We had a question. Why do you need two green beaks?
The reason I want to, you don't need two green beaks. You can do whatever you want. The reason I want two green beaks is because I'm going to glue one green beak on this side, and I'm also going to glue one green beak on this side. Does that make sense? Just so it's the same, it looks the same on both.
Yeah.
Did I trace this? No, I didn't. All right, so now I'm going to trace this pink peach beak and cut it out as well.
But you know, again, like we said, if you just want to have two layers, you can have two different colors. If you want one, that's fine. You know, again, you know, we like to see what you want to get creative with and how you would make your tropical bird.
I think also you could get a marker or crayons or colored pencils and really color the beak however you want. I think that would be really, really cool as well. Okay, so now we're going to glue all this together. Actually, I'm going to check this because I'm going to cut this down. First, let's glue the green, the teal. So our first layer is going to be this teal. Let's see. I'm going to glue it right on the the yellow. Oops, got some butterfingers today. Okay. So there's one. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the same. I like to put a little bit on the green as well. You don't have to though. Okay. So here we have double-sided beak. So now we just want the tip to be this peach color. So if I did it like this, we would cover all the green. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold both of mine together and just trim, just like I did the green. So I really don't need that much of the peach. I'm going to cut off about this much. There we go. And I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the green. I'm just going to glue it on and align what we cut so everything's aligned correctly. And there you go.
Very cute.
Wait, am I holding? Oh, I'm holding. I'm like, why isn't this lining up right? I was holding it wrong. Wait, am I holding this wrong?
I guess you cut it.
I might have cut this. You know what? I cut this when I doubled it. I cut it weird. So what I'm going to do? Here we go. I knew one of these steps was going to trip me up. What I'm going to do? Here's another way you could do this beak. I'm going to line it up as much as I can.
Yeah, that's
right
good.
here. It already has the glue on it because I made that mistake. And now I'm just going to cut around the beak. So this is actually another way you could do the beak if you wanted to. That's what I love about crafting too. It doesn't have to be the same every time. It can have little flubs and it's still going to be awesome.
Yeah, in life we call those aha moments.
I've had many
Where you
aha
go,
moments today.
Oh, I could have done this.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
That should have been like that.
Ah, yes.
I've had my very quiet, silent aha moments here watching Andrew craft.
Oh
today.
my goodness. All right, so here we have the beak, we have our eyes. The one thing I have left on this one is little wings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take.
Yes, we have a little shout out here. It said, great, thank you. You made a mistake and showed how to fix it. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you know, we make a lot of mistakes, but we try to not take over our mood.
That's right.
You know, we like, you know, because mistakes are inevitable. Mistakes are always going to happen. You just got to kind of figure it out.
And I always remember my mistakes when I'm doing another project. It'll help me when I'm
the
trying
next
another
time.
one. I'm like, oh yes. So we always make mistakes. All right, so now I'm going to cut some wings. This one is a little tricky. I'm going to try to simplify this as much as I can. Do you see these like fun little wings? They're really cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm almost going to mimic the shape that I did for the beak. So almost like a hill, like Dennis said. Let me see which way I should cut this. So I'm cutting almost like a circle. Actually, yeah, I'm almost cutting like a circle.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and then cut in another circle at a different angle, and then cut that out, which it's going to give me a little, like, I don't know, a little Sharpie point haircut. And then I'm going to do it again. Oh, it almost looks like a palm tree.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So then I'm going to cut that out. And then I'm just going to cut it like that. Cute. Yeah. Just a little, I don't know. Gives it a little kookiness. Now, if that seems a little too tricky, which it definitely could be, let me show you another wing that could just be nice and easy. You can fold your piece of paper and then almost do like a half circle and then do another half circle like that. And then you have almost like a triangle. If it's tripping you up, if you're having a little trouble, think about cutting triangles. I think that would be really good for the wings. You just want a little pop of color. All right. So I'm going to keep on moving on. I'm sure a lot of people are still crafting. This is another tip. If you're working with cardstock like I am, it can be a little stiff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to just lightly maneuver it just to help it when I glue it around the toilet paper roll.
We have another shout out here. I might teach this at summer camp.
I love that. Actually, we get a lot of inspiration for our crafting in the summer from summer camps. Yes. I feel like, you know, crafting is such a big deal in summer camps, and it's really a way for people to get creative because oftentimes there are not a ton of supplies.
Especially like if you're at a camp those rainy days.
Oh yeah.
You know, they just put you all inside and you're like, ah!
I was a counselor. I know those rainy days are terrible. So now I'm starting
to go in the pool.
I know. I'm starting to glue everything down. And what I really want to do is I just want to make sure everything's pressed down nicely. So I'm doing the oval right in the center.
Yes. Mabel said, which summer camp are you teaching? We're actually not currently teaching at a summer camp.
Yes.
But maybe we'll do a crafting camp.
I would love that. I mean, summer camps are the best. I used to be in charge.
And ours would be, go ahead.
I was gonna say I used to be in charge of like the bug juice. Like
you love the bug juice.
And I would stir it with a hockey stick.
Wow.
I know, that's what they gave me.
Was it like the same hockey stick every time, you think?
Yeah, it was. No, it was definitely like a designated hockey stick stirrer.
Weird.
You know, but it was still like kind of.
Anita said this craft would be great for our unit on birds during the school year.
I love that.
Yes.
I was going to say, I put my eyes kind of far apart because when I was looking at inspiration pictures, I found that toucans, their eyes were kind of far apart. That was kind of a thing. So I thought that was cute. And then I'm going to put the beak almost meeting to the eyes, like right at the eyes. And I'm going to glue. I'm actually going to glue this beak last. I think that it might be easier to roll. So I'm going to do next my wings. And I'm going to I want my wings to be under my oval. Why didn't I think of that before? So I'm gonna lift it a little bit and just put it right there and then press. That's just a little detail I like. A little more. And then I'm gonna press. Actually, no, those could even come out a little bit. That's how I did my other one. I forgot. Here we go. But
yeah, because like
you want them a little 2D, 3D, right? 3D.
Yeah,
excuse me.
3D.
My bad. Okay. So again, before I wrap it on, I'm just gonna hold everything because this glue is still a little tacky. I don't want it to all pop off. So I'm taking my fingers and I'm kind of manipulating the paper just so it wraps really easily. All right, now I'm going to take my toilet paper roll, making sure that the bottom has the balloon. Now I'm going to use a lot of glue for this. This would be a good step if you want to use the glue gun. I think if you're doing a party or a big class and you're worried about just like management, I think a glue gun for this step would be pretty helpful. Just careful not to get the glue gun too much on the balloon because that will melt it and that could be an issue later on. Okay, so then I'm lining my confetti popper here and then I'm just gonna wrap it. Oops, she's a little slippery. Gonna go on one side. And I'm actually seeing that mine is a little long, so I'm just gonna cut it. I'm just gonna trim it.
That's what's great about the Elmer's glue is that it really does still give you time. If you mess up or if you want to change something, there's flexibility there, there's time there that you can move it.
You could even take a clothespin and put it right here just to like help support some of these areas. Oops, my wing is a little crazy. Here we go. Okay, now the top of mine is a little uneven just from the way I cut it. So I'm just going to trim it so it looks a little more even. Voila. And now I'm going to glue on the beak.
Yes.
And I'm going to glue it right to the center here. And I'm just going to press it. Now, I would say you do want to wait a little before you use it too much. So we're going to let this dry. We're going to let this dry. Now, I don't think we're going to have time to do this next bird, but I will show you how to do the 3D element on it if you want, which we could incorporate to this bird as well, just for some fun. But as you can see for this bird, I did similar things. I cut out 2 triangles. There's a purple triangle and then a dark blue triangle. I used the confetti puncher to create these little nose holes, which I thought was super cute. So cute. And then I cut out a big green circle and then a little white circle and a black pupil. And then I think always what takes something over the top is just doing a little glimmer that really always just like, I feel like really completes a look. All that is just a little white circle, a dot. You could use a marker for that. It just really is so cute. So why don't we just make this little fan? Why not? I'm going to use a different color though, since I did use the yellow for the beak, and I'm going to put it on here.
Oh, someone said, can I use googly eyes?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Anytime you can add a googly eye, why not?
Oh my gosh, I'm kind of like, why?
I know, we're like, wait,
googly
eyes. Where were you when we needed you?
So for this, I'm just going to cut out a rectangle and I'm going to fold it into a fan. My rectangle, let's see, I don't need it to be too big.
If you're having trouble wrapping your bird around your toilet paper craft roll, you can grab, like Andrew said, if you have a binder clip,
yes,
or a clothespin,
yes,
or a safety pin or a paper clip, that will help kind of keep the paper in place while the glue dries.
Yes, I want to show you that actually mine is coming up right here. I don't want anyone to feel like theirs isn't coming out right. I can just add a little bit of glue and just hold it down a little bit. I also don't mind that it looks like that, because then, as you can see, it really does give it more dimension, which I think is pretty cute.
I also think, sorry, depending on what tape you have, if you want to tape the back of your bird where the paper meets up, you can just put a piece of Scotch tape or even washi tape, anything, just to kind of hold it in place.
We were using a black electrical tape, that would work too. Oops, my wing just fell off. All right, so let's make the little fan. So for this, I'm going to
I think you're losing a wing. That's not the only thing we're losing.
I was, okay, so now I'm just gonna fold a fan. Now, if you've never done this before, all you wanna do is take a little bit, just like we did the beak. You just wanna do the same thing. As we folded the beak so it would stay, we're gonna do the same thing, but instead of, I'm gonna fold again, but I'm gonna flip my paper over.
Oh, Ellen suggested, I'm just saying this out loud so people know. Ellen suggested using a rubber band. So kind of wrapping your bird with the rubber band
so
just while
smart.
it glues, just to keep it in place.
Yes, I love that.
That's a great tip. Thank you, Ellen.
Okay, so then I'm going back and forth, folding and turning the paper. So doing one crease, flipping the paper over to do another crease, flipping the paper over to do another crease.
Oh my gosh, I'm seeing half birds everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, we have one finished bird so far. Oh my gosh, Isla, is that how you say your name? Yes, hello, what a beautiful bird.
Oh my gosh.
Can you hold it up so Andrew can see?
I'm looking on another
Look
computer.
at that, those beautiful colors. Who else? Who wants to show? Oh my gosh, look at that beak.
Isla, you worked so hard on that
Oh
beak.
my gosh, we got another one here. Oh,
my
wait, I
gosh.
can't see your name. Hold on, let me see. Oh my gosh, Elaine, beautiful. I love those colors.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see, we got the craft party over here. Lachlan, Sawyer. Wow. Oh my gosh, you all, this
Look
is
at
amazing.
those eyes.
I see right through you.
I am so impressed with what I'm seeing right now.
These are so great.
All right, so to finish this little fan detail, I'm going to just take the glue gun and just add it to the bottom of the creases, and then I'm gonna hold them together just like that. And I want to hold them together. And actually, you know what I want to do? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side before I squeeze it and let it dry, because that's going to help me really get that, get it together. And I'm going to hold that. That would be a great one for, you could use a rubber band for sure. I do think a clip would work really well for this.
Oh, Mabel, we don't have a camp. Maybe in the year 2025.
I would love a camp, but
I would love a camp too.
I'm gluing my wing back on. Actually, I need to glue both back on. Here we go. I can't believe that so many people crafted with us this quickly.
I know.
You guys a runner in train, and I've done this craft now twice, so I'm so impressed. Now, so I'm going to take my little kiki. That's what my my abuela used to call the hair that like stuck up on your head, like a little kiki. I'm gonna just glue it right here, and I'm gonna hold it down. I don't think this is going to, I really don't think this is gonna sit very well.
Do you want the glue gun?
You know what, I'll take the glue gun. I just think for time purposes. Oh, the camera. There we go. No, that's great. I'm actually gonna, here we hold this. I can get this a little.
Marsha said, you guys are wonderful. Where else do you craft? Well, that's funny you ask, because we do craft classes every month for Michaels with Fiskars right here where you found this class. Our next class is going to be a back to school theme. We're going to be making little mums and doing some Cricut vinyl. That's going to be on August 9th at 4 p.m.
Yes, it's like a teacher gift idea, which is super cute. And then we will have one in September, October, November. We haven't actually figured out what we're doing. So if you really liked this kid themed class, let us know, because we will keep that in mind when we're coming up with different projects.
Yes, we also have our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the things. Crafty Lumberjacks, we are known as. We also have a blog, CraftyLumberjacks.com, where we actually post a lot of our projects that we do with Fiskars and the Michaels group on our blog, CraftyLumberjacks.com. And actually, for our giveaway that we're about to do in a minute here, we ask you to send the answers either to our email, CraftyLumberjacks@gmail.com, or slide into our DMs on TikTok or Instagram.
Yup. And we're gonna, if you've never been to our class, I'm just cutting some confetti to throw.
Yes, I was gonna show that with scraps.
Did you want to, oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So this is what we like to do with our scrap paper here, is use the confetti punchers.
Which makes it so easy. You can line it up on the back. I was gonna say, if you've never been to our class and you're interested in the giveaway, what's great about the giveaway is that you can literally look up the answer to the question we're gonna ask. We do not expect anyone to know these answers. We did make this question kid-friendly today, so I think it's going to be a super great one.
So cute. These are little hearts.
These are hearts. I love hearts.
You can even do like a little heart in the eye.
Oh, yeah. A little gleam in the eye. Let's see. Do we have any more?
I don't know where they went. They disappeared.
I have it right here. It was right in front of me. Here are these cute little ones. And I think the trick with confetti is use different colors. Again, Dennis's tip on using scraps was so great. Use different colors, and then you could even cut some confetti out with scissors. We cut some earlier just to test. We did these
little big squares.
These squares, which worked really well. Now, this might come to a shock to you, but when you load your confetti cannon, maybe will you hold this?
Oh, sure, yes.
When you load your confetti cannon, less confetti is more. That means you don't want to fill it up. When we tried this originally, we loaded it up with like this much confetti, and it really doesn't go anywhere. So just doing a small handful, like you can see here, is really the trick to getting this to really work.
Yes. You want to try to?
Should I try?
Yeah.
Okay,
do it towards like Teddy.
Over there? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So fun. Oh, my gosh. We have a little fan here. Kiki and Lane.
Yes.
Very cute. I love that color.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I just have to say, everyone, I'm really, really impressed with what everyone has done.
Another one.
If you want to show your craft right now.
Yes, let's see your craft.
Let's see your crafts.
And then we'll do our giveaway. Oh my gosh, look at that purple
And then
toucan.
I'm not sure if there's a way
I love
can,
it.
like, spotlight.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. That is
I can. If you guys want me to spotlight, I can. Just give me 1 second. So here's Sarah.
Sure.
There we go.
Oh, that's a penguin.
I love
so
that.
cute.
That is so cute.
What else? Let's see some
We
other.
have Lachlan Sawyer and oh, sorry, you not. Oh, there we go. 1 second. There we go.
Oh my gosh, we got one upside down. Yes, so
oh my
cute.
gosh, the
They look
colors.
like they're all hanging in the trees.
And your 2 wings are working, which is much better than mine. These
Oh,
are so beautiful.
It looks like sherbet.
Oh yeah, the colors, yeah. I love those.
Then we have Elaine.
Oh my
my
gosh.
gosh.
Look at those
Wow.
beautiful blades. So
those are some
cute.
really beautiful colors too. I love that, like neon green. Wow.
Beautiful. And I love that, those purple beads.
Beaks? Or
Beads.
Her necklace. Yes.
Lovely. And then we have Ariste.
Oh my gosh, I saw this one on the little cam. So cute.
I
love
love that little green Kiki. That is so cool.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. And those wings, those really bright pink
Purple,
wings.
Yes.
Ah, I am so inspired. I actually want to make another one.
Do we
one
have
after
any
this.
more? Do we have any more that
Yes, we do. We have Anne.
Oh,
Oh, cute.
look at those bluebirds.
Oh, those look awesome.
Oh, you know what I love?
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, I love that you did them differently.
Yes,
one
because
has
I
a
love
big-
you don't need the beak.
No.
It looks good just like that. That looks so cute.
and those eyes look so cartoonish. I love that.
Adorable.
And Susan.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Susan,
Beautiful.
I love that. That bright pink fan on top. That is so cool. I can tell everyone worked really hard. I'm really so proud that so many people made so many multicolored details on their pieces of art. That is not easy to do, but now that you have a couple of tricks, that you could incorporate it in other craft projects you do. That's what we love to do. I am blown away
Yes,
by
beautiful
all
job,
of this.
everyone. I see some more too, but unfortunately we have to wrap it up
Yes,
today. You all did
you can share it on Instagram, on Facebook, tag us, tag Michaels, hashtag Make It With Michaels, hashtag Fiskars, tag us Crafty Lumberjacks. I am so blown away. All right. are we ready
Okay, for the giveaway.
Yes.
For today's giveaway, you're going to win the kid scissors. You're also going to win a pair of the OG Fiskars Classic Orange Handle Scissors. And you're also going to win the confetti making kit, which has these wonderful punches in the kit.
These are so great. Okay, so the question
And
is...
yes, and once we give the question to send us the answer, you have to email us the answer at craftylumberjacks@gmail.com. Or if it's easier for you, you can message us on Instagram or TikTok, Crafty Lumberjacks on Instagram and TikTok. So just message us your answers, and then we'll only reach out if you win. We'll ask for your address so that they can send you your prize.
Yes, and we will never put you on a mailing list or anything like that. So, okay, the question is...
Okay, the question.
Okay, name a continent where a toucan lives. There's not many. So name a continent where a toucan lives. So again, you can email us at craftylumberjacks@gmail.com, or you can write us on Facebook or Instagram.
Yes, and we had so much fun today.
I had such
we
a
hope
great
to see you at
time.
our next class, August 9th at 4 o'clock. Have a great summer. Be safe.
Yes.
Have fun. And we
Thank
hope
you.
to see you soon.
Thank you for crafting along with us. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.